What's up, guys? So I want to share something awesome that God did while I was a camp counselor at Sky Ranch. And just for you guys, check it out. There's my co-counselors and our sister cabin. And this is a picture that I posted on Facebook asking for people to send me candy. But y'all, this is kind of a crazy story that's amazing. And there's this kid named Evan, and I'll share maybe 3 stories in one about this kid Evan that we were praying for as he joined our cabin, because most kids that go to Sky Ranch come from Christian homes. They might not be like super actively practicing Christians, but they are affiliated with Christianity. Evan is like super atheist, not necessarily passionately atheist, but religion was like absolutely not talked about in the home. I think one of his parents was atheist, one of his parents was Jewish or something like that. And so they just agreed, like, we don't talk about it. Like, seriously, it's not going to exist here. Because we're not going to fight each other in our marriage about what we believe and how we parent our kids. That's how he grew up, anyways. And 3 testimonies I'll share. One, Wednesday night, they're at camp for 1 week. Wednesday night, he wakes up and starts telling us, and I have it written down here, on June 20th. That's cool. That is my now wife's birthday. But I didn't know that was her birthday at the time. But I'm journaling. I said he had a dream about Jesus' life, and he said it was as if he was watching the entire Bible. He says he was watching it all happen, and he saw God and Jesus' face and everything. And he says, I don't know how, but I feel like I know the Bible from cover to cover. And just 2 days ago, he was telling us that he had never read the Bible before. Like, he did not know anything. He was not in any sort of church environment. He wasn't like a regular camper. Like, he hadn't been to Sky Ranch before. He has not been exposed to Christianity. He wakes up from a dream that morning and says, I feel like I know the whole Bible cover to cover. And he starts to tell us about different things that he saw in his dream. And he's like explaining stuff with incredible detail. And thing after thing that he's explaining, like me or Joel or Justin or one of the guys in our cabin would be like, wait, this is such and such story. And then we'd show him. So one example is Peter walking on water. Like, it sounds like what you're describing is this. And then we'd show it to him in the Bible, and he'd be like, oh my gosh, no way. And then he would start telling us even more than just like what we could purely know from the text, like what Peter's face was like his emotions, his expressions, what he was feeling and thinking, and stuff that obviously we can't fact check. We don't know for sure if Evan's revelation in this dream was correct as far as what Peter was feeling, but it's all stuff that seemed like it would go in line and accurately, and it was enhancing Evan's revelation and understanding of God. So it was crazy. He was telling us story after story with all these details. We would show him, and he would affirm that he's never heard that before, and it was all through his dream. And then he said, I will spread the name of the Lord to everyone. Like, which goes into the second part of the second part testimony I want to share, which is by the end of the week, he had written, one of the counselors, a 3-page letter just sharing everything that God did in his heart this week. And the highlight of it is that he came into the week atheist, and in the letter he says, now I know that I will forever be with God. Like, he received faith that week at Sky Ranch, which is amazing. And not only did he come to believe, but after that dream, he's like, I'm going to spread the name of Jesus to everyone, which is cool. And one other testimony I want to share is, I think it was Thursday night, of this week, we'd all go to a campfire kind of out by the lake. We'd have kind of a song time, and then kind of a quiet time for reflection. It wasn't super somber. It was just like man, how do you want to leave this week changed? And man, look how amazing God is kind of the vibe of the night. We are all worshiping, or we're all like sitting in kind of log chairs or, slabs of wood. And I don't know, there's maybe 70 campers or maybe 100 people there total, maybe. And we're all just watching this guy play guitar. We're all facing the front. Some of us are singing. Some of us are just pondering. And a shooting star that is so bright falls through the sky, and it is so bright that it's like, for us, it's kind of our peripheral view. It's like if you were to look up 45 degrees and to the right another like 30 degrees, that's kind of where it was. Not in your direct line of sight, but everyone stops singing because everyone at the same time just went, whoa. And the guy that's playing the guitar doesn't know what happened because he's facing us. But it was distracting and put a temporary halt on the worship time because everyone saw it at the same time. And it by far is the biggest shooting star I've ever seen in my life to this day. It was bright and huge and went for a long time, across the sky. And then Evan is tapping on us. He says, "Did y'all see that?" And we're like, it's a worshipful time, but we're like, "Bro, yeah, everyone saw it. Did you see that everyone stopped and was like, whoa?" And, and he goes, "Did y'all see that?" "No. The angels, there were a bunch of angels in the sky, and then they all came together and flew away." What? We're all like, what? We all saw what you saw, but we all saw a shooting star, and you saw angels that at the moment that they flew away was this biggest, brightest shooting star that we had ever seen, and you saw it in that spiritual lens. Is that crazy, guys? Do you believe Evan? Do you believe him? That was crazy. And that would not be the last time that he would see angels. It actually became like a gift that he was given. We don't have to get into that right now because some of y'all are like, seeing angels is not a spiritual gift. Rawr, rawr, rawr. It's like, okay, I know it's not one of the spiritual gifts for the equipping of saints. I'm just saying, he saw angels. That's all I'm trying to say. And it wasn't a human gift. That's all I'm trying to say. Crazy, guys. And so that's the gist of what I wanted to share, is that story about Evan. There's some more cool Sky Ranch testimonies, things I could share, and I'll probably share one more another day. But I wanted to share this one specifically with you guys because it's pretty miraculous. Dreams, sees Jesus' face, feels like he's read the whole Bible. Obviously he hasn't, but wakes up supernaturally with a deep understanding of a lot of different Bible truths, parables, characters, the heart of God. Also starts seeing angels, and specifically in this one moment, he sees an angelic activity that we all see in our eyes as a shooting star. Dope, guys. And he gives his life to Jesus and leaves camp determined to live with God forever and to tell everyone about who he is. What a dramatic change from a camper who just a few days ago was not exposed to Christianity, grew up in a super secular, intensely secular home, never read the Bible before. What in the world, dudes? What in the world, dudes and dudettes? That's all I got for y'all today. Life is worship. God is love.